All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, the Bachariah, the house of David that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah. So what I'm getting to is it says it right here from Gina Maria Colvin's channel. All right, it says 1/5 of U.S. beef capacity wiped out by JBS cyber attack. So we notice a few cyber attacks have happened this year, hitting major, essential things like what happened in the East Coast with a cyber attack that hit a major oil company. All right, which distributes gas. Okay, and now one that's been hit a cyber attack that wiped out 1/5 of the U.S. beef. All right, capacity. So I'm gonna play this without further ado and get some scriptures. But this is all prophecy because a famine is coming. All right.
Let's look at this. If you haven't heard it, cybersecurity from the Bloomberg.com. 1/5 of the U.S. beef capacity has been wiped out by the JBS cyber attack. On May the 31st, 2021, 4:51 p.m. That's today, you all. That ends yesterday and today. So June the 1st of 2021 at 2:03 p.m. is when it was updated. So look at this. So look, they have... its Sunday attack has forced JBS to shut down some of their IT systems. So a cyber attack, the largest meat producer globally, has forced the shutdown of some of the world's largest slaughterhouses. I don't like that word. And there are signs that the closures are spreading. JBS, 5 biggest beef plants in the U.S., which together handle 22,500 cattle a day, have halted their processing following a weekend attack on the company's computer networks, according to the JBS post on the Facebook and the labor unions. The outages alone have wiped out nearly 1/5 of America's production. The slaughter operations across Australia were also down, according to the trade group, and one of Canada's largest beef plants was idled for a second day. It is unclear how many plants globally have been affected by the attack, as JBS has yet to release the details that granular. The prospect of more extensive shutdowns around the world is already upending agricultural markets and raising concerns about the food security as the hackers increasingly target infrastructure. In the U.S., JBS accounts for about 1/4 of all U.S. beef capacity and roughly 1/5 of all pork capacity. So they ain't just working with beef, they're working with pork. So livestock futures have slumped while the pork prices rose. So JBS suspended its North American and Australian computer systems after an organized assault on Sunday on some of its servers. And the Brazilian meat giant said Monday in an email statement, and without commenting on the operations at its plants, JBS said the incident may delay certain transactions with customers and suppliers. That means your trucks, the feed that your animals get to eat, all of it. The whole thing is down, okay? They can't do nothing. Retailers and beef processors are coming from a long weekend, and they need to catch up with the orders. And if they suddenly get a call saying that that product may not deliver tomorrow or this week's, it will create a very significant challenge in keeping up plants in operation and the retail case stocked up. So they ain't going nowhere until they get to...
Right, and notice that, these cyber attacks are happening more recently, which is all, it's being used, all right, as a weapon from these elites. Okay, this is not no coincidence. No, this is all a strategic tactic, okay? Because they want order out of chaos, the Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, which would be the uprising of these people, and solution, which would be that ship. And it was a global attack. It didn't just hit the US, it hit Australia as well. So this is Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore thus said Yahweh power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, that's the Heavenly Father's true name, Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And this is a prophetic, is a future prophecy, all right? Talking about in the times to come, which we're very close, okay? And that time is talking about this time period, all right, known as Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, okay? So on that day, in that great day, which is Jacob's trouble, a season when this man comes down with great wrath. Real quick, let me get Revelation 12 verse 12. Okay. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, the physical counterpart, is Esau, Edom, the Edomites, particularly the elites, the international banking families who run everything, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Seen all these chariots, the prophets out, Israelites waking back up, okay, to their true heritage. He knows he has but a short time. This is why he's doing all these strategic tactics, all right? He's going to bring in that order out of chaos, shut down, cyber attack all these, these companies, from the oil to the grid system, all right, to, to produce of food, okay? He's going to shut all that down. And a famine is coming. But Isaiah 65 verse 13 said, what? The Lord's going to feed us. So it's nothing to worry. The Lord's going to feed us. All right. If we just continue in the straight and narrow, the Lord's going to protect his elect. For everybody else is going to starve. It's going to be survival of the fittest. All right. Let me get that real quick. In 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 17. Actually, no, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, so no mercy, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, food, and for great tribulation. All hell breaking loose. All right. Remember what happened in Texas with that storm? That was, not a coincidence. That was from on high, but that was Esau using his weather manipulating machines. All right. Which wiped out Texas power grid, okay? And then the cyber attack that happened in the East Coast with the oil company. And then this one, all right? So, yeah, man, a famine is coming, all right? We're seeing the prelude of all these strategic tactics happening, and it's going to result in, it's an economic collapse, all hell breaking loose, no food, all right? These truckers are gonna quit, all right? They're not gonna have any jobs because it's gonna be no more food or any produce to put in these stores, all right, to stock up, okay, or to deliver, all right? Just when they hit that, they cyber attack the oil companies. That's because they want to digitalize everything. So everything's going digital, okay? And they're going to soon bring in that chip, all right? The charagma, the MOB, all right? If you know Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 16, okay? That mark, man. Okay, this is all strategic plans, okay? So people are going to destroy, it's going to be survival of the fittest. Think of the movie, The Book of Eli, The Road, all right, Bushwick. It's going to be survival of the fittest, no food. It's going to be famine, all out hell breaking loose. Okay.
It's problem fixed. You ain't getting no meat leaving that plant. You're not getting no animal feed going to that plant. The truckers are not going to deliver nothing because the whole entire system has been attacked. So the White House has offered assistance to JBS after the company notified the Biden administration on Sunday of a cyber attack from a criminal organization likely based in Russia. And the White House Deputy Press Secretary said, Biden has directed the administration to do whatever they can to mitigate the impact of the meat supply. So, any substantial disruption in this meat processing will further stoke the mounting political concern about the concentration of the meat industry and the.
And then don't forget how I think 45% of the wheat plummeted. All right, I believe months ago, you know. So all these strategic attacks is gonna result in all hell breaking loose. All right, no power. The electric grid is completely off. No food, no water. All right, because without that power grid, your faucets won't turn on. All right, no gas. You know, the JBS, the company that produces this beef, I mean, you know, it's gonna be no food left. All right, it's gonna be no food in that sort of field of meat produce. Okay, so it's gonna hit a lot of people hard. All right, a lot of these Americans, even for you, people that go vegan, this is gonna hit you as well when these farmers stop, farming, or Esau uses his weather manipulating machines where they can't farm at all because the crops are dead. All right, so no more unless you garden yourself, okay? But it's gonna be all out hell breaking loose. We just read Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, verse 19. How people are gonna have no mercy. They're gonna go inside into each other's houses looking for food. All right, it's gonna be an apocalypse. Okay, and whatever you have that's essential that they need, they're gonna take it by force.
Complaints of the four giant companies that control more than 80% of the U.S. beef processing unfairly leverage their power over the farmers and the consumers. So, look what's happening, you all. So the cattle producers are already seething over a surge in the retail prices for their hamburger and their steaks, while the prices processors pay for livestock barely budge. And
you know what else this is going to result in hyperinflation. All right, it's going to inflate. It's going to hyperinflate, meaning the prices are going to swell up, and then it's going to dramatically swell up. So don't be surprised when you go to the store and beef or whatever produce costs $80 to $100. All right, this is all strategic tactics, and it's gradualism. Okay.
So you have all of this stuff happening. So the JBS closed their beef processing facilities in Utah, Texas, Wisconsin, and Nebraska, and they have canceled their shifts at the plants in Iowa, Colorado on Tuesday, according to the union officials. So the pork and the chicken facilities across the nation, including one in Minnesota, were also closed by the owner of Pilgrim's Pride Corp., the second largest U.S. chicken producer. According to the union officials and employees, at least 5 of the 6 pork facilities were cutting back on their operations Tuesday. And that's what Facebook said. There are at least 10 plants I have knowledge of that have had operations suspended because of the cyber attack, said Paula Schelling Sobner, acting chairperson for the National Council of Locals representing food inspectors for the American Federation, and she declined to identify the locations of the operations. So they got packers submission issues. Okay, so look, Chicago cattle futures slumped as much as 3.4% to the lowest level since January 12th. Well, I'm sure they might be lower than that. Look at that. American beef giants. They got Leucadia, Cargill, Tyson, JBS, and other. Well, guess what? Excuse me. I think these people, these are largest beef giants, they're going to be going bye-bye. You know why they're going to go bye-bye? Because you know what? They better get with the flow. We got cell-based manufacturing going on where we can do some cell-based meat growing. Okay, that's what we're going to do, some cell-based meat growing. Let me get to it. I did a video on it. Cell-based meat in a dish. They can grow it, and they can grow your meat in a dish, and they can give it to you. See, look at that. See, that's what you're going to get. See, because we ain't going to have.
Yeah, that's that fake meat, all right? And no coincidence that Bill Gates has now one of the largest distributing farmlands, okay, and aquifers. So yeah, everything is being set. Everything's being set on this world stage, man, for a worldwide economic collapse. We're literally one cyber attack away from all this going bye-bye.
To worry about these major, where you at, these major companies right here. You see these? Because they got to go bye-bye, because you know what? They got too much of the, they're a giant, and you know, they've been in power for too long. It's time for the cell-based meat companies to, you know, pick up this slack. Okay, they got to pick up this slack, because it's coming, you all. We're gonna have to eat this cell-based meat in a dish. Okay, it's not no joke. This is real. See, this is happening from farm to petri dish. Cell-based meat progress to the market. See, you can do this. We can do this. We don't need those cows, and we don't need those pigs, and we don't need those chickens. When we have manufacturing company that can make some synthetic food.
Man, this is just horrible, man. But hey, it's prophesied. We got to get up out of here. Our food is literally defiled. All right. So Lord willing is edifying. You can watch the rest of this on our channel, Gina Maria Coven. All right, shortages of meat. So Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, giving all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to my other apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Hey, Shalom.